Hey guys, I wanted to just show you some progress on this small little game I've been working on so far because I like watching devlog videos and it's kind of inspiring to try this on my own. So I don't have much yet for this game, but I just want to show like a basic starting point for this game and hopefully add progression as time goes on and more systems get fleshed out. The basic concept of this game is going to be that you and a few crew members land on this barren planet and just started inhabiting it and farming materials, finding a way to survive down here. Um, so, yeah. So I kind of wanted the starting point for this game to be you and your crew coming down in this rocket, landing on this landing pad. Um, I'm gonna change the art up for this later, but just wanted to have like a basic thing so I could see it. So yeah, I kind of started with just the descent of this rocket. Um, I made a little controller for it, and initially I was trying to do this by having like a rigid body for this rocket and gravity acting on it and thrust forces, but that turned into a bit of a headache trying to get that to work correctly. And I thought of a better idea of just having this animation curve control the position of the rocket as it's descending. So it kind of comes in faster and then as it approaches, slows down. And then the launch is just the opposite. It's slow starting off and faster as it gets going. So yeah, it's the rocket is always tied to this lander object. The transform is fed in through the script, just so it always lands on the launch pad. I'm not gonna have it landing in other spots, just because I want a place for the player to enter it. It's gonna be like a room, I guess, later, so you can go in there and talk to the pilot and crew members and stuff. So I'll show you this working, and then I'll get into the code a little bit. So I just have it descending when the scene loads, and basically engages the thrusters as it gets closer. Um, and then as soon as it lands, the camera shifts focus over to the player. So this is the rocket controller code. Um, Basically, there is a launch function and a descend function. Um, and for the descent, it takes the position of the landing pad and then starts the rocket above it by some value. Uh, and then as time elapses, it evaluates the descent curve to figure out the position of where the rocket should be and also what state the thruster animation should be in. So as it gets closer to the end of the animation time, uh, the thrusters will disengage and set the camera focus back to the player. The camera focus is basically just enabling and disabling two different Sin Machine virtual cameras. One that focuses on the rocket and one that focuses on the player. I wanted to create like a really reusable door. So I created a prefab for it. It's basically just a little animator for opening and closing the door, along with like a box collider. Um, and the script that controls it, when the player is close enough to it and is facing forwards, it'll allow you to open the door. And later on, this is going to be used for like scene transition, so I can be going in and out of buildings and I won't have to remake the door a bunch of times on a bunch of different buildings. Another basic system for the game that I got working right off the bat is the in-game time. So I have it on just like a 24-hour cycle, and then it resets back to 0. And it's controlling the lighting in the game. So at nighttime it's darker, and during the day it's more bright out. If I increase this time scale, you should be able to see it progress really quickly. So I think like around 10 p.m. ish, it starts getting darker. And then around like 6 in the morning, it starts getting brighter again. I implemented just like a really basic inventory system that works on scriptable objects. So if I can actually see the player's inventory here in the editor, and I can change items. Right now I just have a placeholder item for a piece of wood. And if I open it up in game, you can see it's the sprite for the Stardew Valley wood. But basically, I've got inventory slots and the ability to kind of add them on the fly over here. That's about it for the inventory right now. My goal for this project's going to be to continue releasing weekly updates just as things progress. If you want to follow along with the content, feel free to subscribe.